All right, everybody, that morning bell is going to ring in just a couple of minutes, and I wanted to go ahead and start early here. We have AMD sitting right around key support at 184. This is a major support level today. We can even go over to the book map for AMD if I can find it. And as you can see, 184 was pretty big. Let me scroll back to yesterday. It'll be on yesterday's chart even more. Hang on. There we go. There it is. Now you can see it. Around the end of day there, ended up being a pretty big level. Underneath it here, we're looking at 182 and then 180. So that's going to be really major. We'll have to see what happens at the market open and what exactly starts to come in and what the book map looks like. But let's go. We're about 1 minute out. I know a lot of people out there are probably going to be upset today that the chip stocks are moving down. It's not something that most traders out there have been used to over the past year. I'm not going to say that they, don't expect it, but it's something that is a little bit different. Hey, what's up, Veery? Logan, Gustavo, Sam, Dominic, Jason, Brandon, Xbox. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hey, Sam, I don't know if you knew this last night, but you actually were member of the day yesterday. So let's go, Sam. Give him some dubs in the chat. Yaxel, Zach, Donut. What's up, guys? DJ. All right, AMD so far at open is still holding its ground here. Let's go check on the SPY, of course, and the other tech stocks. SPY actually, SPY actually started breaking down in a pretty big way, ran all the way down to 510 now. That is not good to see. Below the lows of yesterday. So the S&P 500 is going red again. At least it is so far at open. This is looking pretty brutal in the short term, guys. We got to go check in on Apple, which was selling off. Tesla has been one of the worst stocks out there. Today, they're actually holding up going green, so that's good. Hey, Perry. Tommy boy, what's up? Tommy Likey. Yeah. Hell yeah, Brandon, let's go. Boeing today is actually popping back off a little bit off of the 180 mark as well. Gonna have to open up my watch list here. Watch the left side of your screen. To the downside, Adobe's down 12%. We see Lucid is up 5%. Ticker symbol LCID. Rivian is closely behind. How's Nikola? NKLA doing nothing today, of course. I'm not really watching Nikola. I saw people talking about him yesterday, and it has me thinking about him now. Let's go, though. It's going to be a great end of the week here. Netflix ran up in pre-market, pulling back very hard now that the market is actually open. Switching over to the SPY, still bouncing up off of 510. AMD's holding that double bottom, so really, I'm just going to set an alert down here. No, I don't want to add it on the Ray. I want to add it on the support. There we go. Do that so we get alerted if AMD does end up falling down. I think there's a pretty good shot that it could. Pretty good shot. It's awesome, though, to see SPY moving the way it is. How's UVXY at open? Nice. It actually came back a little bit. Not a ton, but it did come back slightly. Would be great for it to get back up to like 750 or 10 over the next 750 and then 10 over the next few days. Few weeks, maybe even. I don't know. 10 might be a little too far. I guess 9 should be more on watch, but if we do see a decent drop, we could easily pop up to like 9 or 10 if there's a true pullback coming in. Nvidia bouncing all over the place. Very choppy for some of the chip stocks so far. Yeah, Tesla's actually doing great, Vito. It's weird. They're like inversing the SPY lately. It's working out, I guess. How's Bitcoin today? Let's go see BTC USD. I know a lot of you guys out there are eyeing up the coin. Also, Coinbase. Coinbase is kind of coming back after gapping down. BTC USD is brutal. Past couple days, been falling off hard since hitting like 74K. It's okay, though. They're still okay. You know, it's not like they're necessarily so far down now they can't come back, but this is definitely some price action that we have not seen in a while, especially if we go look at stuff like Nvidia. Let me hide my drawings real quick. Like, look at that big red candle right there. Like, we have not seen negative price action like that literally in years. I guess the only time we even came close were these 3 red days in February, but other than that, I mean, that is very significant there on the chart. That could almost signify a shift in price action here. Maybe sentiment starting to shift too. Very weird on the price action, though. Definitely something different about this slight pullback compared to a lot of the other little pullbacks on the way up. Oxy. No way. The oil stocks are still going. Oh my gosh. ZOM. You gotta love that. That's pretty awesome. Let's go. Let's go, ZOM. Oh yeah. Sam's up 300% on lucid calls. Man, those have to be 0 DTE, Mason. They gotta be. I would think. I mean, that's definitely what I'm thinking there. Switch back over to Tilray really fast. Maybe go to the bank, Citigroup, JP Morgan. Nothing there. How about LUV, Southwest? Still nothing after that big drop last week. All right, back to the watch list we go. And of course, don't forget, we're going to be looking at SM Bot as well once it starts popping off. Oh, wow. We got XPEV, Rocket Lab, Plug. Around the top. Peloton, up 3%. Okay. That's not bad at all. Teladoc. Not too many stocks up in the green, though. I mean, there's quite a bit on the watch list green, just they're not, like, really explosive or running or anything along those lines. Ford's consolidating a lot here. Looks like they might start popping back off. They're bouncing off $12 support in a great way. Continuing to watch Tesla, waiting for some more bearish price action to come in. We don't really have any big economic data points or anything today, but there is consumer sentiment. Michigan consumer sentiment, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So that should be out in around 23, 22 minutes, something around that. Hope everybody's having a good morning, though, so far. If you are, smash up the like button. Let's go. Louise, I'm down on Boeing. I'm trying to average down at this point. Ooh. I don't know how much time you have, but be careful averaging down. That can be kind of tough sometimes if it's options, just because you're time limited. MSOS is up 12%? No way. Whoa, okay. That's pretty good, MSOS. Not a bad move at all. I like that. 11 to like 12%, like you said. That's awesome. I looked at Tilray earlier and didn't see anything, so I wasn't thinking. How's PLNH? Still doing nothing. Right around 48 cents. Starting to fall off quite a bit. These MJ stocks are super risky, of course. Always go light on these. And like I always say, I say this every single time I bring up these MJ stocks. Whenever you're getting them, just don't expect your money back. You never know. Now, with something like MSOS, it's a little bit better. At least it's an ETF, but is this right on trend too? Hey, not bad. Hell yeah, we'll take a nice 10% pop though. It's like buying a lottery ticket. Exactly, Sean. It literally is. That's what it's like. I was almost gonna say it's like betting on red or black, but it's even worse than red or black. It's definitely like lottery ticket level. Missed a good QQQ move because I didn't get filled. Sometimes it be like that, donut. Good drop, though. Man, the QQQ started selling back off. SPY as well, still sitting around the lows of the morning. Still pretty close. Sean said IWM looking crazy. It kind of is, actually. Coming back in a pretty good way, up to 203 today. If it could run up to around 205, that would be pretty good. That's pretty insane. Oh yeah, pretty good movement there. It does really suck to see some stocks falling, but hey, at the same time, that creates some good volatility. Switch over to DraftKings. All right, let's go back to the watch list, and the SM bot is now online. And guess what it's calling out? Microsoft puts right off the bat. Definitely watching Microsoft to the downside today. I know they were one of the better ones yesterday, and in pre-market, they came all the way back. All the way. They gave it all up. And that was pretty nasty, too. Like, right in pre-market, it was like, bam. Wasn't like it, was slow and steady or anything. Amazon, oh my god, same type of deal. Massive sell-off here heading into this morning. I know a lot of people out there are probably going to be upset today. I feel bad for a lot of the people who are just, blindly swinging calls into every day. Because it's doing great until this starts to happen. It's all right, though, There's uptrends, there's downtrends. That's why it's important as day traders to be adaptable. Now, of course, as a longer-term trader and stuff, you can just ride the wave. General Motors, look at that. Up 2.2% today. Ford starting to come back a little bit. I like it. Let's go, Ford. Come on, UVXY. Let's start popping off, too. Man, this NVIDIA chart's starting to scare me, guys. We gotta be careful out there today. And just the next couple of days. All right. WBA popping off there. Sean says no one cares about. Popping off support. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. I couldn't think of a stock. He's like, think of one. I'm like, Walgreens. My first thought was actually Walmart. And then Walgreens popped in my head. And I was like, oh, don't mind if I do. Caught a little $15 move on SPY. Nice, donut. SPY's looking rough today. Still breaking below the lows of pre-market now. 510 starting to give out slightly. AMD is popping off a little bit. NVIDIA. What is pushing the SPY down? I guess it's like Amazon, huh? Microsoft, Amazon. This is one of the more brutal of pullbacks I've seen in a while on Amazon, too. Kind of like pre-market on Monday, except even worse. Pretty much straight down right now. UVXY is trying to get up there. I wish it would get up there quicker. The SQQQ is looking pretty good. Now that one's moving in a good way compared to yesterday. Makes sense, I guess, because mainly tech stocks are the ones getting hit. I still can't believe TSM, how bad they were looking this morning, too. Remember the big money plays on Taiwan Semiconductors recently, guys. Look at these big money plays. They're starting to look hot. Gotta love those. What's your prediction for the AI day next week? Is that the thing where Nvidia's showing off? Whose AI day is it? Or is it just like a conference? I think it's just like a conference, right? Yeah. It's NVIDIA's annual Artificial Intelligence Conference. Oh, okay, okay. That can be great, but one conference might not be able to just make them explode. It could, obviously, but just be wary of that. I would say the chances are lower than higher. But the thing is I don't think they're necessarily going to talk a lot about profit or anything like that. They'll just maybe talk about AI. But maybe they'll talk about some big advancements or something. Hopefully. Up 50% on the TSM 135 puts. Hey, beautiful, Sean. Up 50%. Nice, man. That was quick. Awesome. Great move to the downside. Love to see that. Hey, there we go. UVXY starting to come up a little bit. Up to 3.4%. Makes sense with the market dropping. Have your eyes on SQQQ and UVXY today if you are scalping. These could be pretty fun. It's even tempting for a swing. Honestly. Yeah, it really is. All right, guys, I'm gonna throw up the 4 chart setup really fast. Just give me 1 second. I'll be here. All right, we are all set here. The 4 chart setup's not looking too good today. Especially SPY on the top left. That's like the worst one. Apple in the bottom right looks pretty bad though. Can't lie there. I thought Tesla would go down more, but I guess since it's inversing the SPY lately, we know how that's going. Yeah, Tesla is falling on the bottom left. Getting back to those pre-market levels. I was surprised they were up at open. But I guess they're not always going to look the same. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Friday, though? Also, we're going to have to make a poll here for next week. This poll's huge. If you lose on this poll, you have to send the winners money. No, I'm just kidding. Do like a bet. Like, get a pool going, I guess is what I meant. I'm only giving 2 options because I doubt that it ends the week at 0% or unchanged, but let's go. Vote up in this poll for next week. How do you guys see the SPY going next week? Will it be green or red at the end of next week? Vote it up. Really curious to see what you guys say. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the music today. It got, this one got all, like, slow on us here. Let's try this. It's Friday, man. I don't want to have the chill vibe going. Yeah, it kind of is, Jason. I'm with you. IWM got the Matumbo, Sean said. IWM. Yeah, that's pretty good. Got hit pretty hard. It was doing pretty hot there at first, but no, no, no. Did you hear about McDonald's? What the hell happened with them? What happened? You're gonna make me go there for lunch. Whoa. McDonald's suffers global tech outage. Are you kidding me? Forcing some restaurants to halt operations. Oh man, the one by me better not be halted. I'm not kidding when I say I kind of want it for lunch today. Actually, you know what? We might just go to Five Guys today, low-key. Although I can get like 4 Big Macs for the price of 1. Of those. That's pretty crazy, guys. I can't believe that. Their stock didn't even take a hit. Their stock does not even care. I just got on like the McDonald's app. I'm sitting here like, did the one by me close? Let's see. No. David's Burgers is the best in Arkansas. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I use Thinkorswim very quite a bit. I use TradingView for most of my charting, but I definitely use Thinkorswim for a ton of stuff too. I see a royal with cheese in my future. That was legendary, Jason. Seriously. Tesla Bookmap, Grim says. Let's switch back over to Tesla real quick. I don't want to sit on McDonald's all morning. 162 there. Go to the Bookmap. All right, let's see. Yeah, 160 is huge on Tesla. Talked about that last night. There was a ton of shares stacked up there yesterday. There's some minor levels on the way down, but I could see it actually hitting 160. I could. I would not be surprised. The daily is one of the most brutal daily charts that I've seen in a while. And I've been talking about this a lot, guys. You know, for you guys that have been tuning in every day, you know that I've been saying Tesla would get down into this range. And we're starting to get there. We're starting to get there. That's what I've been waiting for, is a drop like this. I'm picking them up somewhere down here. Not buying in before then. Well, I don't want to say that for certain, but, you know, a lot of people who have been buying in down here thinking that, like, this is the bottom are starting to get pretty upset. I feel it's unfortunate, but I feel like I've seen it way too much in the Discord lately. People saying they're grabbing Tessie shares and stuff at like 220 bucks and stuff. I can't figure out how to view options and trade options on Thinkorswim, Veery said. Yeah, so Veery, go to the trade tab. And then it'll be under all products. You just type in the ticker. And then it'll say like options chain, like with an arrow. And you bring it down. It's not too bad. Nvidia trying to top high of day. What? Maybe so. It looks like they are coming back a little bit. That's pretty good. Spoke too soon. Yeah. Literally just hit off resistance. It was coming back pretty good, though. Gotta give it that. At least it wasn't dying off, like SPY. Although I kind of would rather it die off today so that it pushes the damn market down more. We're getting a little bit of chop. Seems like there's a little bit of selling pressure coming in overall, but nothing too straight down yet. The SPY looks like it's about to give out, though. It's getting really nasty looking here. You guys know that coin sliding off. I've been bringing that up a lot the past couple of days with these slide-offs going on. Yesterday was a perfect example of sliding off. Start sliding off end of day. These chops, each little chop is lower than the previous chop. That's a good indication of like a slide-off like that. I'm sure a lot of people were drawing out like channels. I bet a lot of people yesterday were actually drawing out channels thinking it would go bullish. Kind of faked out actually a little bit here on that channel. That was actually playing out pretty well yesterday though. Just nice steady chops down. Yeah, Sean, for real, man. You know, I'm not trying to call anybody out here, but a lot of questions like that can be, I don't know, a little bit disheartening sometimes, you know? You're like, hey, that's not how we want to do things, you know? What is this news Donut said? What news? Oh, the Michigan consumer sentiment just hit. That's what happened. Literally just came out. Looks like it came in under a little bit. That's what it is. Consumer sentiment. Gonna get a little bit of movement coming in, hopefully. See that wick? It came down really fast. If you guys were watching that, I actually saw it happen in the moment. The price action dipped in like a split second and came right back. Yeah, exactly, Sean, exactly. Let's see if SPY can get a little lower now. Donut said it flew down. Yeah, it did momentarily. Here it's starting to go again. The sentiment did come in a little bit under expectations, so that's not the best thing to see. You never want to see sentiment dropping, especially when the market is super hot like this. All right, NVIDIA, AMD. Let's look at that on a chart with the sentiment. Yeah, see how sentiment was exploding into this year. Starting to dip a little. Not a ton, though, so I don't think that should be too, like, worrying for the market here. Just so everybody's aware. I don't think that's too crazy. How am I going to get filled at the profit price and then it changes my contract price after telling me it filled? Yeah, Donut, that happens quite a bit, man. Or Robinhood's kind of rough sometimes with stuff like that, I've noticed. You're doing limit orders, right, Donut? If you're not, you might want to, switch over to limit orders. All right, Palantir looking pretty brutal. All right, SM bot, it's time. It's had time to culminate. We're letting the pot brew a little bit. All right, Amazon puts on the bot, and I see why. Amazon's been brutal. They were doing great yesterday. Gave it all right back. Yeah, exactly, Donut. Yeah, or you can do like a limit order in the moment, and then it won't fill you at like a loss. It'll only fill it if it gets to that price that you set. TSM puts also on the bot, but man, Amazon looks brutal here. Microsoft's just about to give out on support too. Little double bottom here today around 417 even. Literally like right on 417. Right where the wicks are down there. Sliding off. Hopefully UVXY starts going crazy again. Looking pretty good so far. Hell yeah, UVXY. Let's get a true pop going. Triple M again, Arthur. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. They started selling off after yesterday's little run at open. Got to get back to Tesla real quick. I noticed they're bouncing back off 162, 162.20. Jason goes, I wish there was a watch list for calls and puts. You can do that on Thinkorswim. And on Robinhood. Like I could add like an I could add something like that here. Let's see. I was just looking at these for somebody yesterday, but like I could add like the SoundHound options down there at the bottom. So look at how I just plotted on the watch list those SoundHound options. Down 65% today. Hopefully no one played those. Or hopefully no one held them into today anyways, is what I should say. JD starting to pop off a little bit. Are the China stocks coming back alive? Go eye up that QQQ, which is selling off pretty hard. Man, we're looking pretty good to the downside today. Everything's starting to sell back down. SPY's slowly but surely chopping lower. It's not like we're getting any huge straight down movement like in pre-market, but love to see that today. What are you guys thinking about next week? Let's see. The poll has 37 votes, and it is almost 50-50. Cast your votes, guys. It is so close on the poll. Will the SPY be green or red next week? How will the week end? Green or red? Keep in mind, I'm talking about next week. Jumping into AMD puts, Zach said. AMD's... Oh, excuse me. AMD's holding up a little bit strong here this morning. It's looking a lot better than most stocks. I do feel those puts, though. That double bottom's looking hard, though. Tough one. I would definitely think it comes back down with the way SPY's moving, but weird that it hasn't been dropping at all today. Apple looks like it had a really weird move. You generally don't see Apple have these types of moves like this. Sean said average expected move on SPY's down next week. Hell yeah, that just adds to it. Interesting. Let's go back to the VIX chart really fast. We're still watching VIX on that trend line on the daily, looking really good. Bouncing off of that thing very well. Right on cue. Every single time it hits this trend line lately, bouncing right back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th time. Or 6th almost. Going to an intraday chart. Back to the SPY, starting to bounce off support a little bit here. Makes sense to see a little bit of more upwards price action and then maybe another dip coming in after that. How's DraftKings today? Nice. Not looking terrible. McDonald's started selling back off. There we go. Now that's more like it with that type of news. I really hope my location's not messed up, like I said. That would make me sad. I tried the new chicken nugget sauce. Man, I tried it too, Jason. I thought it was not my favorite. We'll just say that. I don't know. Something with it just didn't go right with me. I took Tiger to the local dog park yesterday, let him off the leash. And he demolished an RC car? Oh, boy. Yeah, hell yeah, Xbox. Hulk smashed that like button, too. That's what I thought you were saying at first, because I always see that, but that's funny. You got the RC car. Sometimes those cars can get pretty expensive, man. Hopefully you didn't break it. I guess it was all in good fun, but still. All right, let's switch over to that SM bot. What we got? AMD calls on the bot. Are you serious? That's too bad. MU calls as well. Wow. Riley calls. I don't know what this one is. Oh no, puts. It's calling out puts on RILY. I read that wrong. All right. Come on, market. Let's start to get some good movement coming. I don't even mind if it's back up. Oh, when I read that, Xbox, I missed the part where you said you bought it. Oh, I see now. I thought you meant it was a stranger's RC car. Oh, okay. That's pretty funny, though. 40 total votes, guys, and the poll is literally 50% to 50%. That is pretty insane. Vote up. There's 40 votes. Let's up those numbers. That's pretty crazy, though. This is like the elections going on here. SPY's still recovering up off of that bottom area of support. It's actually back above 510 now. Don't want to be seeing that. Apple actually looks pretty rough today. One of the worst setups that I've seen on the day so far. Very weird on the price action compared to some of the others. Especially compared to AMD, who's been kind of resilient today. Up 1.4%. Go to the daily. Starting to bounce off support pretty well. This support that it got to was pretty big, so... You know, I guess this should have been kind of expected. Like 184, 185 is major. And you even can see it on Bookmap. Major. 185 was huge yesterday. Let's scroll back. Yeah, look at all that at 185. 190 was big too till it broke. So watch that as resistance here, which it's almost to at the moment. It actually just bounced off of it a minute ago. Or got super close so you could count as a bounce. The volume is nice. Yeah, it is actually pretty good. It's nothing like huge compared to yesterday, but how's Pfizer? PFE doing nothing today, of course. What about Johnson & Johnson? What about Walmart or Costco? Walmart coming back alive. Look at that. Couple days of dip there. Starting to recover. Costco looks brutal. What about pumpkin spice or Starbucks as we call it? LI. 2.5%. Pretty good. The Power Hour and Manny rallying the troops. Man, yesterday's Power Hour ended up being pretty good. That was pretty nice. Nice move to the upside. Hopefully, they didn't hold that into today, though. If they were holding those into today, that could have been brutal. But, man, that quick scalp back up yesterday, end of day, had a lot of potential on it. That was a great move back for scalpers. Like a scalper's dream. Like I said, though, I'm sure quite a few people probably had ended up holding it into today. Which I hope people didn't, but you know someone out there did. Sean says he's going to at least hit balls this weekend. Reshafted his wedges. Kind of jacked. Nice, man. Hell yeah, have a great time hitting the balls. Let me know how they go. I'm scared to go hit right now, Sean. My left wrist has been real bad, dude. Like, every time I play golf, it, like, makes it unmovable for, like, 2 weeks. And then my right elbow keeps, like, getting, like, tendonitis in it. And I'm sitting here like, man, like, what the hell's going on? I don't know what's up with the wrist problem. It's so bad. It's like where, like, your tendons are, like carpal tunnel area type stuff. Book map for AMD 190 just passed. Yeah, just broke out, DJ. We just saw it on Bookmap a few minutes ago, and there it goes. Finally has the hit. There's even some stacked up around like 190.50 as well. Quite a bit of resistance here. Quite a bit. Nvidia just touched the daily high, or the high of this morning. Let's see. Yeah, it did. Almost double topping off of it. Yeah, it is almost like double topping. Signs of life for calls. There actually is a little bit right now. Like, I was looking at AMD a little bit. The problem is just the way the market is just not, you know, it's not super bullish yet on the day. SPY's actually at a big level right now. If it could hold this and continue to bounce, that could be pretty interesting. It's just tough to play some of these stocks up whenever SPY sucks so bad. I would get it if it was like, you know, a truly explosive movement here, but I feel like we're not seeing that. It's just choppy. AMD's the only one, really. Switch over to the watch list again. There's some weird sectors today that might be doing better. Like Plug Power, like the clean energy stuff. No, not looking great. What about CCJ and uranium? That doesn't look too bad. The oil stocks also are not looking terrible either. ZOM had a pretty good day once again. All right. All right, guys. I can't decide lunch today. What should it be? Sushi or Five Guys? Which one? Throw it out there. Sushi or Five Guys? Sean said wrist problems. That's rough. Man, it is. It definitely is. I think I tore something. Or I don't know what happened there. I've been trying to let it heal, and then every time I do anything, bam, right back. It's been happening. It happened like all of last year, too. Brutal. Five Guys wouldn't even be a question for me. Xbox goes, go to a buffet. You can eat more for a similar price. Oh, but then I gotta touch the germs that people did, and the food sits out and stuff. Man, I don't know about a buffet, man. Oh. Buffets scare me, man. I haven't been to one in years. Don't be a wuss. Abundance said sushi'd be faster. I'm from St. Louis, Sam. St. Louis, Missouri. Health is wealth, Arthur said. Sushi. Yeah. Maybe I should go with sushi today, man. I've been eating too much bad food. Gotta mix it up. I'm surprised a lot of people said to go with sushi, so I think that's gonna be where we go today. Get some sushi going. It's been a pretty good week. You know, the Surge bot's been fire. A lot of good intraday potential to the downside. Been playing out well with quite a few. Oregon, Nebraska, New Jersey. Man, we got quite the lineup here. Jason goes, you worried about germs and sushi? Definitely at the buffet I am. LA, North Carolina. Nice. Keep throwing them in the chat, guys. I want to hear it. New Jersey, New Jersey. Damn, everyone's from New Jersey. Georgia. My captor's basement. No. We're gonna have to call the FBI, Akira. Texas. Hey, I like hearing that. Texas, SoCal, Phoenix, Arizona. This is badass, guys. Anybody out there from any foreign countries or anything? I was expecting to hear, like, you know, some Mexicos, maybe some Europes or something. Donuts are like Illinois. Kansas. Nice. This is cool. DJs from Canada. Nice. I forget what they call Canada, like the nickname, but the Big North or something. Hey, Philippines. There we go. There we go. Yeah, let's go AMD abundant. Let's go look at it again. AMD, wow, still popping off here. Okay. Up to 191.17. Singapore, nice. I was gonna say, I thought Carlo was from somewhere like that. Nice one. Detroit is basically Canada light. Two James, Detroit is Canada, but with guns. Canada, but with guns. I like that. India. Hey, that's pretty cool. Boston. Man, I like hearing this, guys. This is pretty cool. I'm glad we did this today. Mark's from Five Guys. No, he says to go with Five Guys. Man, you guys are... It's like... There was like a good split there. It was like 50-50 on either one. The big question is now, I think I decided on the sushi today. Although Five Guys is really calling my name. But with the sushi, the question is, what do we get now? That's the big question. How's McDonald's doing? Still falling down. They had that news of that outage this morning. I know Adobe had some bad guidance on those earnings this morning. They were down quite a bit, like leading the way. Yeah, let's check in on Bitcoin. I know they fell down last night. Saw that article there. Starting to come back slightly here. See Coinbase moving up well. Wow, 50-50 still on the poll, guys. Make sure you're voting in the poll for SPY next week. That's an interesting one. Very interesting. Will SPY be green or red? Get those votes in. Sean says walleye. Oh. I'm wondering whether I should go with like like the giant eel roll or the rainbow roll or something. Walleye, that would be one hell of a sushi. I don't know if they even do that. Boeing, consolidating a lot at resistance. What levels do I have for NVIDIA? Let's do it, Jason. Yeah, just started breaking out of 882. A lot of resistance yesterday around 886. Literally like right where it's touching today. I do see that 882 area being pretty big too, though. Overhead, mainly 890 is going to be huge overhead. I believe on Bookmap, 890 has a huge stack. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's nothing too huge. Man, the NVIDIA Bookmap's starting to get a lot of volume on it here. 900 overhead is the next major level on Bookmap, but just because it's not on Bookmap doesn't mean it can't be a big resistance. Like this spot here that it just bounced off of at 886 is pretty huge. A lot of resistance yesterday there. I would say next is definitely 890. And 894 after that. For support, though, I really like this area around 876 to 875. That is a pretty major spot. As it rises, more sellers come in. They could end up coming in, and that's definitely a big thing. One thing that also happens is, like, there might not be, like, a huge stack. Like, let's say that we're looking at a chart, and we just hypothetically see a lot of resistance on the chart at, like, let's say 892. But then you see Bookmap, and you're like, hey, this doesn't really have a lot of resistance here at 892. So what happens is whenever it hits 892, the volume simply comes in the moment. So, like, you can see, like, if we zoom in here a lot, it's getting a little laggy here. Hang on. I have too many open. Yeah, let me delete some of these off of here so it works better. So if you watch the price action right here, you'll see, like, big hits of volume come in the moment, even, like, whenever there's no real, we'll say, orders pending there. It's like orders coming in that moment, and that can play a big role sometimes. But yeah, you're right, though. As it rises, they can definitely start stacking more. Coinbase got 400 mil worth of Bitcoin yesterday. Insane. What? It really kind of sucks. All my friends have been trying to buy Bitcoin over the past, like, 2 weeks. And I feel bad because they're always like, hey, man, what do you think about Bitcoin? You know, I want to buy it. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't think I would right now and all this stuff. And, you know, then they kind of get mad at me for it. Like, low key, they're like, oh man, well, you know, it's going to be the next currency of the world and the US dollar sucks and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh boy. Sorry, man. I don't know. You asked me and I responded. That's all I can tell you. You know, you can do what you want, I guess, but I always don't understand. Like, it's like, why does everybody want to buy it when it's literally at the high? It blows my mind. I can't, it's like going back to kindergarten. They started teaching buy low, sell high. It's like, you got 70K, yeah, for real. Too volatile, I feel that stuff. FOMO, Xbox said, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Angel said, they must already have their mind made up, I guess, and just need confirmation, really. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to, like, you know, put you down by saying that, but I think a lot of times they think that. And SPY ended up bouncing off that support around 510 fairly well. Still holding on that. Could actually end up uptrending off of this, maybe back to like the 511.30 to 512 area. For real, Mason. But now it's buy the dip, yeah. It could be buy the dip when it gets low. I know a lot of these guys that, like, the friends that I'm talking about, like, they knew about Bitcoin whenever it was at, like, 15 to 20,000, but it's like they never start believing in it until it starts to run up to highs. Like, they did it last time too, you know. A lot of these guys were buying it like up around the high and then lost, and then now they're doing the same thing. They didn't buy in when it started falling or like when it was low at all. I'm even somebody who said that Bitcoin was kind of, you know, it's not my forte, right? It's not my favorite thing out there. But at the same time, like, even whenever it was low down there, even I was telling people who loved Bitcoin, I was like, man, like, if you are looking to add it to the portfolio, like, now's the time, you know, like, at least to start. You know, I always say don't go all in, but leave yourself room to average in. But definitely, like, if you're looking for it, decent time down there. I would have much rather preferred it get into like the 12K, 8K area. But if you really have confidence in something for the long term, buying in at low prices is a great way to go. I know Bitcoin's a little different than companies, but still, it's... And that doesn't always mean that the lower prices are going to be great. Like, it could still go lower. You know, the company still has to be good for the long term, too. Like, you can't do that on, like, AMC just because you like it, you know? Got to have some true reasons as of why it's going to go. And your reason might actually simply be, well, you know, like, let's say you're looking at, like XPEV, right? They have, like, the concept for, like, a flying car. Let's say something randomly happens and the car actually ends up, I don't know, coming out and being allowed or something. You know, the stock will get a lot of hype to it. You know, a lot of people will speculate that in the future, this company will make a lot more money off said product or said whatever it is, right? More revenue will happen from that. Kind of like with Tesla with their cars and the EVs and the semi-trucks and everything. That hype can get pretty crazy. We're seeing that happen kind of now with Nvidia and chip stocks. Speaking of Nvidia, it came back really well. AMD keeps going, 193. Wow. Bitcoin will go to 0, yeah. I could see pullbacks. I don't know about 0, but... Let's go look at MSTR, Jason. Pretty interesting movement today. I'm very surprised none of the bots called out Nvidia today. NVDA, yeah. It might be on SM bot, right? No, AMD is. There might be something with Nvidia that is causing that today. Either way, though, man, hitting on AMD well. MRVL, Marvel Technology, interesting one. Yeah, probably hype for the Nvidia conference. That might be, actually. That might be the case, actually. I could see that. Hell yeah, Justin, actually, or Juice, posted up in the Discord here. Love to see that. Very nice play, AMD, Microsoft, nice. That's DJ, okay. I was like, I'm thinking of Juice Tin is what I was thinking of. That's awesome, DJ. Very nice. AMD up to 193. Let's go eye up Bookmap again on AMD. Really curious to see what it's looking like. Oh yeah, big resistance at 195. This 193 area had quite a bit at it too. Wow. All right, guys, give me just 1 second. I gotta go grab a water real fast. I'll be right back. Lickety split, as they say. Bring up the 4 chart setup real fast. Yeah, everything's going back green, even Apple. All right. Let's get back at it.
How dare you?
All right, Greta. All right. I'm sorry. Really appreciate everybody joining up today, though. Pretty good day. Especially now with some movement starting to come back in. SPY itself starting to run it back up a little bit. Held that support that we pointed out pretty well. That was a good hold. What happened to Nvidia after close yesterday? Why did it drop to 600? Let's see, NVDA. Nvidia didn't drop to 600? What? That must be a big glitch that you're looking at or something, my views. Let me scroll back on the Thinkorswim chart just to make sure there was no glitch. Yeah, it never got close to 600. I don't know how you saw that. Hell yeah, Lynn is from Michigan. Nice. Bitcoin will go to 0. Hey, Tom, what are your thoughts on Google? We haven't looked at that one today. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm looking at the 141, 140 support. That 140 support is pretty big down there. A lot of crazy price action. Gonna be looking at that to the downside. Yeah, Google's not looking the best today. This is definitely the definition of the sliding off pattern I talk about. I actually have pretty strong conviction that Google will end up back down in the red today. Like, even worse. Like, I could see the low of day breaking. Like, 141.10. Like, 141. Pretty rough movement. Even if it does pop back up a little bit, I still see it going lower. Even while SPY's recovering, it's been holding down. Jason said, do you have a crazy setup? Multi-monitors. Yes, I do. I only use 2 right now, but I'll explain why I only use 2. One of them is a 4K monitor. So the 4K, for example, like, I pretty much have 4 1080p screens within my 4K. So, like, I have Discord on one corner of it. I have charts on another corner. I have YouTube on a corner. I have the live stream on a corner. Then I have my other screen, which is a 1440p screen, which is pretty good. You know, it's better than 1080, which is, you know, obviously like the standard, but you get a little bit more real estate on that too. So I only use 2 right now, but my PC is pretty damn good. Back in the COVID days, this PC costed like $5,000. It was nuts. Got like 64 gigs of RAM and a crazy Intel CPU that was way overpriced, you know? Like, we're talking like the best of the best of the crap, you know? It has a 3080 graphics card. It's an Origin PC. Origin PC. I actually, so it was during COVID. I usually build computers, but it was during COVID and you couldn't buy these graphics cards anywhere. Like, they were out of stock. Only Origin had them for their pre-built systems. And this is what Origin is. So I bought one of their better pre-built systems. Of course, for a lot of you guys who are traders out there, you can actually, you know, actually talk to your tax people. But you guys can, like, write off all this stuff. Like, if you do it right. Like, you guys could go out and buy a $5,000 computer, and, like, let's say you owe $5,000 on taxes this year. Write off. Right there. Bam. Writing it off. This new HP laptop you helped me with, Tom, is awesome. Man, I'm glad to hear that, Sean. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, that was a pretty good laptop for the price and everything, man. I was pretty surprised. Like, how much you could get for that. All right, let's go see SPY. Good 510 support down there. Still bouncing up. I just lost 700 in options. I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep. Aw, Sam, what was that one? Which play was that? Alcohol, I'll have to watch that in a minute. That's funny. I think I've seen that. Google after hours chart. Man, Google hitting off resistance still. Not looking very hot. This is not what you want to see. Oh, it was SPY. They were up. I don't know why I pulled out. You were on calls here and you... Man. I hope you're not over leveraging, Sam. Be a little careful with that. Hey, nice, Sean. That's pretty cool. I want to look it up now myself. I think I had like a really good amount of RAM on it. Yeah, it had like 64 gigs of RAM, didn't it, Sean? That's pretty insane. For a laptop, seriously. That's quite a bit. You probably run all types of shit on that. Palantir up to 2410. Coming back alive a little bit. Sean, I forget, does that laptop have a graphics card in it, or is it like just the integrated graphics? I can't remember. All right, SM bot, you're coming back out. ARM calls on the bot. That could be a crazy one. Not the ARM calls. Wow. ARM calls, man. It literally is on the bot. I was eyeing it up. Doesn't look the best, though, to be real with you. A little double top. The thing I really like about this on the SM bot is, you know, we always have to use the SM bot like a screener. So I'm going to use that double top as a nice level. If it breaks that, maybe look at calls. Browser, that's pretty good. Browser. Just stock Iris Xe graphics. Okay. Yeah, that's still... It'll do great for most things. It might not play like, you know, Escape from Tarkov super well, but... That thing would be great for just about anything besides, like, hardcore gaming. Go back to Google. Was looking really weak. Market got a little choppy here. You don't want to see chop like this. Yes, sir, Sean. And I think that's really what most people need. Now that I'm getting older and I don't even play games that much anymore, it's almost like, why do I even need this? You know? I'm drinking a weird drink this morning. I'm having a Capri Sun. My girlfriend likes these and I stole one. Hey, sounds good, my views. Have a great weekend. Hopefully we see you here next week. Let's go. That's awesome, my views. See you later. Arthur said PayPal anyone. Now that sounds like a fun stock today. Oh yeah, look at that, up 1%. Square's starting to move a little bit. Let's go back to the oil sector. Not too much. I want to find some stocks that don't really care what the overall market does, like CCJ. U. How's DWAC today? Terrible. DWAC, that one's like one of the new meme stocks, I think. Cart, oh my god, there we go, 2.6%. Instacart, or I guess technically Maple Bear. Look at this. Now this is interesting, guys. This is one hell of a setup. The big money play on Cart from a couple weeks ago is on fire. They entered like right where I'm pointing to my arrow to. It's pretty insane big money play. Sean, I just saw your post on the off-topic channel. It kind of has me laughing. He's breaking out the old playlist, huh? Tesla broke pretty good again under VWAP. I'm about to retire so I can keep trading via mobile during my meetings lately. They can fire me at this point. That's funny, Prouser. That's funny. Hey, have a good retirement when it comes. That's pretty crazy. Switch back over to QQQ. Okay. Dang. We're gonna break back down under support. I like this 435.40 spot. What are we doing here? We gonna have our midday push down? Sounding kind of good. Our midday drop. Maybe see NVIDIA. Browser said 35 years in government, fully indexed pension in Canada. New job is day trading on my schedule with some golf and fishing to fill in the time. Now that sounds like a nice one, Browser. Man, congratulations, man. That's cool. Go to Apple real quick. Let's see if 170 gives out on Apple. That would make for a fun play. Xbox has to go. Have a good one. Hey, see you later, Xbox. Have a fantastic weekend as well. Go have some fun out there. Jason goes, how old are you? I was thinking the same thing, but 55 years young. Oh, man. You're not even that old. Dang, do they let people retire early in Canada? I don't think... Yeah. In the United States, for Social Security, you gotta be 66 or 67. Oh my god. Yeah, he must have played his cards right, or... Yeah, I don't know. It looks like Canada. I don't know what they do. Haha, that's awesome, Sean. Oh, they do years of service plus age. That's interesting, Browser. Huh. That's interesting. Microsoft puts looking good. Let's hope that low breaks. Obviously never hold and hope, but it would be awesome if it broke. Get some great movement down. Let's go back to MSOS. Still up 8.5%, holding up pretty good. PayPal, not too bad on the day. SQ. Switch back to Tesla real fast. Nothing. Right, QQQ. Now the newbies can't retire before 60. Oh, I see, Prowser. Yep, I keep seeing that stuff getting changed around. Not in Canada, but even in the US, it's changing a little bit. They keep bringing that up as one of the big topics. Retirement age. Everyone's pissed because they're like, I've been paying into this and now I have to wait longer and all this stuff. And I understand. Yeah, that's what I feel, Mason. We gotta make sure we can retire ourselves. Gotta make sure. All right, getting a little slow today. Stock market starting to fall back down slightly. QQQ starting to come back. Are we gonna get a true downtrend coming today now? Is this where it starts? I'd love it if it was the case. Google looks like it's about to give out. It's been sliding off all morning, continuing to slide off. How much more is it gonna go? Come on, support. Let's give out at 141. Yeah, Zach, hopefully it does it again. Hopefully we see it happen again. Hey, there goes Boeing. Back up to 183. Huh. Visa. How are the banks? Let's check in on JP Morgan, Citigroup, Bank of America. Nothing too bad. AMD there. Starting to trend back up a little bit. Bouncing off of 191. Okay. All right, guys. Probably going to call the stream here. Got Google just going flat. What's the best way to determine which option to play when the SM bot lists 6 Google puts? Browser, just go with, always go with options that are like right around the money. So like you could go with like, in this case, like the 141 puts or the 140 puts. You know, stick somewhere like close to the money. You generally don't want to go too far away. If you're doing like a really quick day trade, you could go out of the money a little bit. Like let's say maybe like the 135 strike or something. But that's not really the best thing to do over the long term. But yeah, just go around the money and you can't really go wrong with that. even with a lot of the surge bot plays, guys, a lot of those plays are quick in and out day trades. You don't have to always trade the exact strike that it calls out. Like today, SurgeBot called out the Microsoft 417.50 puts. And this was at 8:38. So this was earlier in the day, right? I guess it was right around the money that time. But sometimes, you know, they might be in the money a little bit. You can always go more at the money or out. The main move will still be the same. Your percentage might be a little off, though. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody joining up and sticking with us all week here. It was a fun week in the market, I thought. A lot of good movement. I know today is getting a little bit slow here as stocks are just slowing down. But watch Amazon, watch Google, watch Apple. They're all about to make new lows of the day. This could maybe trigger a secondary sell-off that comes in. So that could end up being pretty fun. All right, guys. Really appreciate you. Have a fantastic rest of the day. See you later. Enjoy the weekend. Logan, wait. Logan said, "What is SM bot?" I'm gonna help these guys out real fast. Let's see, Logan. What is SM bot? That is actually one of the bots that we have in the trading floor in Discord. If you're interested in the trading floor, check this out. You can join up and use all of our custom coded bots and stuff. You'll really enjoy it. Oh, Prowser, it's got 34, man. Oh, thank you for the like, though. Appreciate you. It must be lagging again. Bobby said more in the money better, but costs more. So, Bobby, in the money options are safer, okay? In the money options are safer, but they won't have as much volatility or movement. So what I always like to say is, like, if you're swinging options, I like to go more in the money. If I'm doing day trades, I like to stay more at the money, or I like to do out of the money slightly. Like, I don't go too far out. They do cost more because they are better, but at the same time, though, that doesn't mean they're gonna move more. They're just, like, safer in a way, if that makes sense. The out of the money ones will actually be the ones that generally have the higher percentage gains, where you'll, you know, like, let's say an in the money one might be up, let's say 70%. And then an out of the money one might be up like 250% or something, or 150%, you know, just depending on where it is. But that's kind of how it goes. Sean goes, SM bot's like a part-time job. Yeah, really. All right, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Have a great rest of your weekend and rest of your Friday. Make sure you're watching the chat. I still haven't decided on Sushi or Five Guys yet, but I gotta pick one. All right, see you guys.